Hello, hello, hello. We are Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and the rest of these wonderful people will be introduced to you in just a few minutes. But first, I have to cover our legal backsides. Our virtual tabletop tonight is Roll20. A big thank you to them for letting us use that. The art in this is almost exclusively from the source material that we're using, the Storm King's Thunder, that we're doing terrible things to. The logo, which you see down in the bottom corner of the screen, is done by our very own lore master, chief artist in residence, and founding member of Dirty 20 Gaming, Thunderscape 7. And the character arts that you see along the screen were done using Hero Forge. There. I'm pretty sure nobody can sue us now. Let's get to the fun bit. These amazing people who have come along to play this game with us, and to be fair, none of us knew, we talked about this after the last episode went dark, none of us knew this was going to be moderately funny. I don't think anybody's ever done that to Storm King's Thunder before, so let's just see where it goes. Speaking of funny, I haven't got any of them here, so I'll introduce these people instead.
Ooh, ouch.
Ouch, indeed. Oh, starting with the Scarred Adventurer. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing Creature to us. And what are you doing when you're not here?
When I am not here, I am running the scarredadventure.com, which may or may not currently be up and running because of some minutia. Hopefully, everything will be back to the way it should be very soon. The link will be posted pretty much as soon as I hit enter. And yes, please come over, visit, say hi to all the wonderful people. If you want to become part of our community, please let us know. We would love to have you. And aside from that, breathe.
Oh, yeah. And some gaming. All right. Thank you very much. Next, just because I'm going in Zoom, and
I really didn't have anything funny to say.
Oh, good. Because I cut you off badly. Next, because I forgot to introduce them last week, I'm going to introduce them this week. Sarah, thank you so much for coming back after I forgot to introduce you last week. Meh. One more pin in a voodoo doll, I know. How's productions going?
Writing.
Yes.
A lot. Trying
to.
If
you ever need help,
don't tempt me. I will totally send you it.
There you go.
Yeah. Over at Tango Productions.
Live collaboration. Yeah, make sure you pop that up there. The link is up there because I know there's stuff there already, even as you write the next of it. Yep.
Yeah. That's all I'm doing right now is writing because I can't film at the moment.
Right.
So
makes perfect sense. Build up to get that chest full of scripts ready to go, and then once it's good to go, then go do them all. Yeah. What you got to do. Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you in advance for Idicus. Next, Solar Dasher. Thank you for bringing Beowulf to a game, and then through a weird transition into another game, as kind of the same person, but not the same. Some of the traits came through, some of them didn't, some of them changed. It's a difficult thing to do. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for making the new Beowulf very believable. Beowulf has a friend.
Beowulf has a friend.
Yeah. Yes.
I couldn't help it. This guy was too cute.
Absolutely. So what are Beowulf and Fred doing? Getting any streaming in?
Other than we're still like swamped at work because now we're training those that are just arriving. So yeah.
Oh,
really soon.
Well, in that case, let's stop talking about your work. Yeah, and yeah. What else?
Other than that, I normally try and stream on my own channel, which I just threw up over there into the Discord. Not Discord. That's something else. Up into the chat.
Yeah.
But if you ever have any questions or want to start get going with a game with me, just let me know. I'm on Discord all the time.
Absolutely. And there's the link to our Discord. Thank you for the segue. And
But
now,
other than that, no, I really haven't been doing much of anything because work has been taking up like 90% of my time.
well, let's take that other 10% and make it absolutely, positively not about work. And I just realized now there's 2 people sitting here that I can't kill. I can't kill somebody holding the doll, and I certainly can't kill somebody the first time they bring a stuffy on stream. So,
You guys,
Can you also not kill me?
One session.
the other 2 of you are doomed.
Oh, okay. I always just sit here and I go, I'm too sarcastic to die. Let me just imagine it. No, yeah, good job.
Spear right through the chest. Ooh,
Right
look
in the
at
chest.
you.
Or it's just
Speaking
one of those,
of-
excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to sword.
Yes.
Choose yours
yes.
back.
Speaking of dying on stream, a couple of weeks ago he was below 0, or was at 0 hit points for a little bit, and just about became no ball. Bison, thank you for joining us. Thank you for bringing Bickford, the character that was originally based on a joke. I love it. And turning them into this fully developed 3-dimensional wonderful person that I absolutely would have partied with through most of my teens and early 20s. There is no question. Me and
I may
Bickford
have partially
would have got along
based him-
really well.
I may have partially based him on a few guys I knew in college.
But I watched you controlling earlier this week. Are we bi-weekly on that again?
You know what? For the first time, I might actually do it 2 weeks in a row.
Nice. Well, now that you're off
because-
Firewatch, yeah.
Yeah, now the alarms have stopped sounding, and I can see across the valley without having to squint
Yes.
through all the smoke.
So you're playing Control, and where are you
Yes.
doing that? What's
I
you
do
said
that
leading
on-
you to post that post?
Oh, yeah,
over
leading me to
track?
post it as I haven't written it, as I haven't typed it out yet.
It's okay.
You can find me on my Twitch channel as I spell things wrong.
Send
There
them
we
to
go.
somebody else's channel. There you go. That's better.
There, I did do it right. Okay, yeah.
You did, yeah.
Uh,
That's you.
Monday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you will find me playing Control. You can also find me on Saturdays playing One Ball on Cathedral Deep, which is the other game we have here on Dirty 20.
Yes. And with that, I got everybody, right? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did. I taught
Yes.
4 people. Okay, we did it. Cool. No hate mail, no more pins in the zombie doll. With that, I said that really theatrically, but there was no reason for it. There was nothing sort of deeply involved that happened at the end of the last episode. You guys had a very nice chat with a very nice giant who was very hungry, and cut a deal. And he is going to carry the bodies out of town. But more importantly, the information you got, you finally now know what's causing all this mayhem. The ordning, the thing that rules the giants. It tells them who's superior to who. It's like a caste system, basically, has been broken. And they're all free to do whatever the hell they want. And it turns out when giants do whatever the hell they want, the world pays. And that appears to be the cause of the mayhem around you. Maybe now that stupendously interesting business card that you got from Harshnag is starting to make a little more sense. He said
Some
when
of
it
us
was...
still don't care.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
That just means my job as a GM is not yet done. Must make Dampier care.
Look, the second you go, they'll.
I could lead you
if
by
you say
food,
some-
but that's too easy. See, that's
If
I'm
you-
already. It's not like
if
I
you
haven't
lead-
thought of
You
this.
already did that with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, all you need to do is go. Oh, they're releasing a plague. A plague? Better stop this crap.
Well,
There we go.
with that, the 4 of you find yourselves. You were staying at Calling Horns. You had that experience, and in the morning, the town is still empty. Nobody has come back. They are scared. You scared the thunderous out of them. I ran out of words. That you have scared them badly, and they have all fled between the giant and the Dampier and the tiny metal goblin and the wolf person and the bugbear with a drinking problem. You
I
guys,
don't have a problem. I'm good at it.
Your problem is you keep getting caught stealing it.
Only one time.
You're supposed to be sneaky with a 10-foot reach. How do you get caught stealing beer? Anyway.
I've been good up to now. Just that last little issue with the cart. Charm person, no. Crap.
So with that, I think, are we fair? Does anybody have anything they really wanted to do, or can we sort of fast forward the disposal of the bodies? You did the feeding on the thing last night, so I don't know if you're keeping track of any sort of, or last time we played. I'm not sure if you have to feed every so many hours or something, and if you're keeping track of that, I'm not. As long as you're doing it enough to be narratively.
No one's
Important.
saying I have to. It's just,
Yeah.
I eat when I need to, and when
Yes.
you don't hear me say I eat, I've clearly eaten something else.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
And really, Creature is just, he's finished doing what he needs to do.
Yep.
There's just been screaming and blood shooting everywhere. Some
Yep.
of it just spraying a little out the door at one point. Like if someone were to throw a bucket.
Yep. Well, you said you were going to treat the ones that weren't really bad, right?
Yeah, and those ones are all put into a different room.
Yep.
as
And just
most
to
of the ones are
just to see how that goes. I mean, you do that, and they all show immediate signs of some small signs of improvement. You have all the poultices and whatnot, but give me a medicine roll just to see sort of overall success rate with those. 14, yeah,
14.
absolutely. You, like I said, it's poultices and tinctures and balms and all that stuff. And you,
there's some bleeding of
yeah,
bleeding's the wrong word. Fluid
leeches
removal.
and draining of nodes and things, all the stuff that you would know to do. And because you've been doing it off and on for a very long time, most of it works. A lot more people are going to live out of this town than would have if you had not done this round, which is more than you can say for a lot of plague doctors. The
And the
fact
ones
that you fed on 4 of them can probably go unnoticed.
Yeah. They'll just go, no, they were killed. And the
Yep.
only reason blood sprayed everywhere is because Creature kind of had to make it look like a Dampier wasn't here.
Yes, yeah.
So there was some very
Like it was a
brief
bad failed
dismemberment.
surgery or something, yes.
Like there was some very brief dismemberment and some
Absolutely.
and then Creature just comes out with a wet sack.
Yep.
Like a big burlap sack that he hands to the giant. He then walks over to the bar,
Yeah.
grabs the biggest grabs the biggest barrel of as close to grain alcohol as he can get,
Bickford finds that for you, no problem.
and he takes a shower in it.
just bathing in it. Absolutely.
I'm seeing Bickford holding it above Creature because he's got the big long arms.
Yeah. Well, see, I went one step further, and you punched a bunch of holes in the top with a knife, and then knocked the bung out of the other end. So when you lifted it up, it actually ran like a shower. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Creature just he does this every now and then, so he grabs a loofah and he's just scrubbing properly.
Okay. Yeah.
Like fully.
So that's Creature's evening in a nutshell.
Bickford's eyes
Bickford.
are watering from the friggin' just.
Oh
the
yeah,
root.
like it's by the time it's getting to the ground, it's mostly vapor, right? It is
Yeah.
almost pure alcohol. But that takes up a very tiny part of Bickford's evening. What else? Because it's going to take hours for Creature to treat all of these, And the giant is
Creature
just
also
walking
takes his
back and
clothes
forth.
back afterwards.
Yeah, Creature
This
just,
city
or the
is-
giant is just walking back and forth, carrying the dead out like cordwood out into the.
Yeah, this city is empty, and he's still a criminal, and there's
Yep.
nobody stopping him. He's
Absolutely.
going to burgle a house.
Okay.
He's gonna look for one that has like the red marks on the door, like this one's been plagued, because after a couple of days they're dead anyways. You can just
Absolutely.
mask up and walk on in.
Besides, it probably doesn't affect bugbears anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, human disease.
It's
If
zoonotic.
Creature
It's
finds
not
out about
zoonotic.
this,
It
he's going
can't
to
cross
make you
species.
shower as well.
Anyway,
I haven't done that
Bickford,
I haven't
find-
done that this month.
let's do this. Like, let's pretend we're playing D&D. Give me an investigation roll to see how nice a house you find. That's got a plague mark on the door.
A
It's
19.
yeah. You find like you're walking along, and at first you think like it's the they've got gates with their fancy monogram on it, and then you realize that no, it's the gates, but somebody's hung a big metal plague symbol on it. It's like the the nicest house in town that isn't part of the castle.
Climb over the fence. Make sure nobody's watching.
Yep. Just for fun, give me a acrobatics to get over the fence. 16, you're over the fence. Look at you roll. Check to see if
Just
somebody's
all of
watching.
my
You
good
said
rolls.
this is going to turn into a skills challenge. You whatever you say, I'm going to make you roll for. I just decided that.
All right.
Perception. You said you look around to see what's there.
7.
Nobody's there.
Okay.
Absolutely fucking nobody. There's
My-
not a body in sight.
All I see is Iticus picking metal boogers, watching.
I'm going to do the other two too, unless somebody. I'll
Sorry.
quickly ask: did either one of you follow? Because I'm going to give each of you a time to do something. But if one of your things is I follow so and so, then you can tell me that now. Nope. Okay, Beowulf, you got a
Oh.
plan? Okay.
Just
We'll,
he's
we'll
just
get
gonna
to.
wander around, but yeah.
Okay. I will lead you down a merry path in a moment. Iticus, are you going to do an Iticus thing, or are you going to follow Bickford?
Iticus is going to do his own thing.
Cool, excellent. Bickford, we'll get to the two of you in a second. Yes. So. Nothing. Big house. They even left the damn lamps on inside. You can see the flicker of light on gold. There's like statues on the mantle.
Jeez.
Little gold statues. 4 of them, all identical. Person standing there very stiff like this. On a wooden gold base.
Split the party. You're damn right we split the party.
Always split the party.
Always split the party.
Always split the party. If there's ever merch for this channel, that is what it's going to say.
I'm going to do another quick perception check just to make sure I'm not walking into another cask.
So yeah, you're walking, heading up towards
Good
the doors,
Lord.
looking for stuff.
All
yeah.
of my good ones are right off the bat. I don't see shit.
So you're going across the yard, just sneaking like you.
Yeah.
8.5 feet of sneaking, as far as you know. Nobody's seeing this. You get to the bottom of the stairs. There's 3 stairs.
That's as
up
much
to
as I can do before we get
big,
sued.
big wooden door with a little, like one of those little view doors in it with the bars over it,
Mhm.
and a little wooden door and a big door handle.
All right.
It's closed.
Is the view door open? Can I peek in?
If you reach up, you'd have to touch it to see it. The wood inside is closed, but you don't know if it's locked until you push.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pick the lock. I haven't seen anything bad
Okay.
this so
Absolutely.
far,
Give
I'm gonna
me
pick the
a
my
sleight of
perception-
hand.
but okay, those 7 and 6 should have actually been a 10 and a 9. I forgot I had expertise,
Yeah, it's
but not that it
good.
really
Nope.
matters. Not that.
Nope.
Oh wait, that's stealth. Sleight of hand.
That's too
There
bad
we
because
go.
that's really good. That's even better.
Even better.
This is easy. It's like, oh man, rich people, they count on the gates too much, right? You know this. They count on the gates too much. You get over the gates. This is easy. Click, click, click. It only takes 2 tools. Like it doesn't even take the third one on your ambidextrous pinkies. Nothing to it. Ba-tink. It opens. It unlocks. Put the tools away. You're now in front of the unlocked door.
Shit, a dog. I'm gonna do the thieves open and just
Yep.
sort of. Wait, it's gonna crack. It's gonna go open inward because it's
Yep, you put the hinges on the inside. Otherwise, there's no point in having a lock on a door.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm on the side with the hinges, so I'm on the sort of the door frame,
Yep.
and I'm pushing it open, just sort
Yep.
of yeah.
Get absolutely you do, and you look, and you can see just a thin slice of very nice room. And as you pan down, looking at one big brown growly eye. The sound
Good.
effects were so close. It just looks up at you, and like this pit bull looking thing just goes.
I don't have anything that I can do with that. What can I do?
I'll give you a moment to think.
Yeah, give me a moment to think.
Yep, Beowulf. Creature goes off and does doctory things. Bickford just sort of fades into the shadows and disappears up the street. You guys never talk to each other.
Right.
Yeah. So in other words, business as usual. Beowulf, you got a whole empty town at your disposal. What would you like to do?
He's still in wolf form because that's what the
Yes.
giant wanted him to be in.
Yep.
I guess it's to help protect him from the virus.
That works.
So he's basically gonna sniff around
Mhm.
and see if he can't find food or water, something to eat or drink within the town itself.
Absolutely. So give me
That
a
is not.
give me a perception check with advantage because you're sniffing in wolf form.
Okie dokie. Perception, where
He's
are
friendly.
you?
Perception's
Friendly.
in the
Friendly dogs aren't funny. 15, 14. Okay, that works. You smell. There's food everywhere. I mean, this is there's at the market. There's people selling meat, and I mean, I'm assuming you're carnivorous at the moment, so that's probably what's drawing your attention.
Probably.
But you also, it turns out, in this form, there's something else you can feel here. You felt it before. You felt it when you saw the rod. You guys have got it now, I believe. The Voron rod that you're supposed to take to
the glass
Arshnag.
shard, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
black shard. Yes. You can smell/feel another one of those in this region, in this area.
He's gonna head for it.
Okay. So you pad through this silent city. Like there's nobody here. And because of who you are, there's not even any dogs or cats or rats or feral raccoons, nothing. There is not a creature around anywhere. You are the apex predator striding through your domain. And as you
There's
get
no
to,
creature anywhere.
there isn't. He's gone. He's in a completely
Busy.
different scene. Beowulf, you follow your nose brain. It's something about being a lichen, and also something about being in wolf form that allows you to attune to these fragments. And it takes you to a church, a huge building, stone. I mean, for this time and place, huge. It's probably 5 or 6 stories tall, solid stone structure.
Well,
Big double doors on the front. And I know it's not time accurate, but a stained glass window that you can see above it, all in a rainbow of colors.
he's gonna try and nose his way in.
Go over and bump the doors, and as you get there, you're the kind of the human part of your brain, because it's it's still there.
Oh yeah.
There's no locks on these doors. It's like most churches. You just boom on your way in. As you step in, you see something that surprises you because you would have thought you'd have smelt it or heard it or something.
Mm-hmm.
But at the altar at the end of the church, there is a figure in gray robes crouched over the altar, and you can see just a tiny little tip of one of those shiny black rods sticking out of its fingers. Absolutely motionless. Can't smell it. Can't hear it.
I'm still gonna sneak around over to where I can, see the person's face.
Absolutely. So give me a stealth. And I've always assumed wolves are stealthy, so give it to me with advantage. See what carrying a stuffed animal does? Damn it. Oh, you got the 22 anyway, so it doesn't really matter on the first roll. So you
Yeah.
flow.
Well, that's a
And-
nat 20.
Yeah. Oh, it is too. Yeah, it's done a different color with the. It's not bright green
It's
anymore.
done because it's
It's disadvantage.
the one I was rolling was disadvantage.
Oh,
was
disadvantage. I gotcha.
because
I
of
gotcha.
the armor he wears when he's human. But
Yep.
since he's a wolf, we go the other direction.
That makes perfect sense. That works really well. So yes, we take the 22 either way. And yeah, you flow into the shadows between the pews. Just you drift up and kind of tilt your head to look.
Knowing how big wolves are, yeah, totally disappears.
Yeah.
He's a
They're-
black wolf. so
they're
he can
long.
get darkness.
And they're high, but from the front, they're really friggin' narrow, man. It's a
It's
weird
creepy.
thing.
I've seen one. I've
Yeah.
met one in
Uh,
person.
I've also met them in person.
Yeah.
They are massive.
Yes.
Fucking huge. If you have to think if it's a wolf or a coyote, it's definitely a coyote.
It's definitely
If
absolutely.
you have to wonder.
I've had a sorry. This is just
If
very
you
off
don't
tangent.
poop
There's
immediately, it's a coyote.
I've had a wolf lick me from here to here.
Oh.
Coolest day of my life.
So fucking metal.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, good.
Yes.
That's worth an interruption. We are having fun here. Let me reiterate what this is about.
No, the beats only supposed to last 8 minutes, then we're changing scenes.
God. Oh, throw up a little bit in the back of your mouth for me. Let's play a game and have some fun. Okay, 22 stalls. You flow up and you realize why you couldn't smell or hear them. It's a skeleton inside that robe. It's covered in a fine layer of dust, as is the black rob in its intertwined fingers.
Okay.
You look around the church, there's no one else here. You would have heard or smelt them by now.
Right. He's gonna approach cautiously
Yep.
because Skelly boy. Yeah,
Hand up,
these
yeah.
Skelly boys come to life before, but he
Yep.
doesn't feel like lying on bones anyway.
Yep.
So he's gonna approach cautiously, and if the guy does not move,
Hmm.
he will attempt to take that black shard out of
Absolutely.
whatever he's holding.
So you sneak and sneak and sneak, and your eyes are just watching. And I got to say, because I know it, so I can't help myself, I have to say it. You walk in a straight line. Your feet actually, the footprints leave a straight line, not like this, like regular dogs. It's different. And you just creep up and reach out and put almost just your lips on like you're trying not to touch the bone, I'm assuming, trying not to touch the dead guy because he's all dusty and stuff.
Yeah.
Give me a sleight of mouth check, please.
I was going to say or wisdom save to not chew on a femur.
I think to really get a good grip of this, it's a sleight of teeth.
It is, yes. Sleight of hand should be under dex. Oh no, never mind. Wrong system.
I was checking his decks actually.
Oh yes, because the wolf dex is different, right?
Yes.
Just roll us a d20 and we'll add a bunch because you're a wolf.
That sounds like a fun idea. It's a D20.
11 plus a bunch
And-
is, yeah,
With
5.
4, that makes 15.
15, okay, yeah. So yeah, you reach out and just grab it between your teeth and you pull a little bit and the bones kind of go, and it kind of almost pulls it back, and for a second it's like, it's coming on! No, it isn't. You pull again and then these two fingers break and just, you pull a little bit more and the last one break. Hands cross over and start to slide down each other as they hit the forearms. The elbows come this thing is just disjointing one joint at a time in front of you. And then behind the altar, and you're sitting there with your head sideways. What is wrong? This like piece of obsidian, for lack of a better phrase, hanging from your lips.
It's gonna actually hop back before the skeleton fully falls,
Yep. So you,
so that he can keep a better eye on it.
and it just.
Yeah, I'm assuming he sees like a big poof of dust too.
Yep. There is. The bones themselves don't turn into dust. There's absolutely nothing
no, I meant
magical
the
about this
dust
at all.
that-
But yeah, the dust that was in the robe
Dust.
and on the robe, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you absolutely just knocked over their religious icon.
Like a canoe's oar. That's foreboding.
So
It's
Now, who
foreboding.
has the other shard? Iticus?
I think creature's got it. I believe. Is that what
Oh, creature.
Is that what everybody else remembers? I don't.
Yes.
I
Sounds
took
familiar.
it from Iticus.
Right. Yeah. So yes, Beowulf, you
Not
have
in
this
a
one.
don't put that in your mouth sort of way, more just of a it seems to be scaring you. Let's take this away
If it's
fast.
gonna corrupt somebody, it might as well be me. Corrupt this.
Corrupt
What are you
this
gonna
and just
do?
opens the chest and little
This would be an
tendrils
improvement.
wrap
Do your
Yeah,
worst.
yeah. Say hello to my little friend. all the jokes. Anyway, Beowulf, you have this rod now, this Vorenhod rod in your possession.
He is going to back up just a little bit, slowly
Okay.
back up.
Mhm.
And then as soon as he feels he's at a decent enough distance, he's going to bolt out of there.
As you spin and run for the door, you hear behind you the altar starting to shift. And do you look back?
He's going to stop a moment and look, but he still has the shard in his mouth.
Oh yeah. So you kind of skid to a stop by the door and look back, and the altar is starting to sink very, very slowly into the floor.
That's not foreboding.
Is
Like,
is
that's
is
not
this because you
good.
didn't put a bag of sand in there?
Then I'm assuming there is now nothing but that noise of dog claws on a hard shiny floor as you begin to accelerate out the door.
Yep. He's going to
It's
GTFO.
slippy, slidey run.
Right?
Floorboarding. Oh
my God.
Oh yeah, you feeling lucky, punk? Come in here and meet the guy that took over. That's Deku Lily. Beowulf, you burst out through the doors, back out into the street, and you kind of. Luckily, there's absolutely nobody in this town. Behind you, you start to hear and other sort of ghostly noises in the church.
He's going to look back real quick, hopefully down at the bottom of the stairs of the church.
Yep.
Which I'm assuming now more of it is starting to sink.
Just the altar went down is all you saw.
But yeah, he's hearing more stuff. So he's like,
So you get to the bottom of the stairs and kind of turn around and look again? Or do
yeah.
you keep running? Okay. So yeah, you kind of, as you're running, you kind of look back over your shoulder. The doors of the church slam open. These are magical doors. They've opened both ways so far. Shush. They slam open again, and from inside you can see the apparition of a ghost, but it's like it hits a glass wall. You see it clawing at this invisible. It can't come outside the church. The doors slowly start to close.
He's like, I'm glad I ran out of there. He's just gonna go, oh God, let me get out of here. He's gonna go run for creature. Try and find out.
Head back downtown where everybody. This is why we have to agree to meet somewhere. I always assume you guys go back to the last place you saw each other. So. Yeah. So you run back. You got this thing in your mouth. Yeah, just high. You can feel the magic just pulsing in your jaw. And you see, I forgot. You see a very brief vision of a statue made of this material, a statue of a giant, and then you see it shatter. This is one of the pieces of that statue.
Now, what does it taste like?
Magic.
Dog. Magic.
Yes.
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry, yeah.
Which for dogs, I'm pretty sure is bacon, actually.
It's bacon!
Oh, wait, no. Bacon mixed with Pop Rocks.
Yeah, because it's got to have that crackly.
Oh yeah.
Like
I was
bacon
thinking you put the
Pop
Pop Rocks in
Bacon.
there just to keep the human amused while the dog's going, I don't understand this meat. It's good, but I don't understand it.
And this is a fun fact for those in the comments. A ghost, you can make 3 undeads from any set of bodies: a ghost, a zombie, and a skeleton.
Yeah, makes
The
perfect sense.
zombie just has to be held by something else that is
So it's
Yeah,
reduce,
well,
reuse, and recycle.
Exactly.
It's the ultimate, yeah.
Actually, it would be reuse, reduce, then recycle in that order, because you got the zombie turns to the skeleton, then you got the ghost.
Yeah. Or
Doesn't
maybe
work.
meat golem. Either way.
Yeah.
Iticus.
Now back to the G-rated.
The 3 big people all run off into the darkness of this big town all by themselves. You stand there with Frid. Big Frid
think
is
they ran off
hauling
into
dead people out like wood. Not Big Frid, big Frid.
Bigger Frid.
Yeah.
I think I'm still seeing Iticus every now and then when I just walk out of the house to hand off sacks filled
Well, yeah,
with
you're
blood.
dumping them up, but at this point, yeah, Iticus, you're standing there. You kind of look around all by yourself. There's a whole big town.
And you gave Iticus makeup.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I did.
Unconscious plague victims. Oh no.
And now he's alone.
And a Sharpie.
Yep.
Basically, yes, everyone's getting a makeover.
Yep. So, yep, I love it. So, so creature goes through and puts the poultices and all the stuff on them, and then as soon as he leaves that room and goes to start to feed Iticus, describe to us how Iticus goes into this room. Like it's just like basically a big, like imagine a big wooden hall, and you just saw creature go out the other door.
He's gonna kind of like watch to make sure creature's not coming back,
Yep.
and the minute he's like, okay, he's going to just like go to the first person and be like, I make better.
You have to, and you're 3 feet tall, so you have to climb up onto the bed to stand. So you're basically standing, sort of straddling their throats as you paint their faces.
Yes.
This 3-foot metal. If any of them wake up, it's going to be the most terrifying experience of their lives. Iticus Da Vinci. I love it. Yes. I want to see this. Give me. Oh yeah. Well, we'll see. Depends how we roll here. Give us the first one. You climb up. The first one is a half elf.
Okay.
So imagine that facial structure. Give me where does this go? Iticus knows their makeup for the purposes of this. Yep.
Sleight of hand.
Oh yes, please. Yeah, exactly.
I
Roll it
love-
first
I
and then
love
tell me
the
how well this works out.
7-year-olds doing something they know they shouldn't be doing kind of feeling.
Rolls a 20.
A
Holy moly.
30. Wow.
Crits the fuck out of it.
In Iticus's mind, there is a perfect makeup job for this elf. Who or what do they look like when you're done? And please, color palettes and everything that you're comfortable with giving me.
So, what type of elf? Let me ask.
It was a half elf, so it is like I picked the most generic face I could think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, they're probably using like blues on the eyes
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
and foundation to actually like a color to match, and
Yep.
like a proper blush on this person.
Yep.
And just like really being like really careful about
Yes,
this. Like,
and it's
let
that
me-
you're bracing your hand like somebody doing the hand painting. Yeah. And when you are done, they're sick. I mean, their ribs are showing. They've got recently popped pustules in places where creatures been at them. They smell horrible. They were dying until half an hour ago. Hey, hello, Wolfsbane. Nice to see you.
Hey.
Oh wow, thank you so much. Hope you're good.
We're off the
biggest
topic.
scoop.
Iticus or Edna Mode? What's Iticus's opinion on capes?
he actually would have had one
You do, yeah.
in his normal
Absolutely.
outfit. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
they're,
yeah.
they're the antithesis of each other.
So, what does who does this elf look like when they're done? This perfectly made up person.
I don't know enough about like makeup people or
I know,
anything
no,
like that.
Just think of Iticus. Think who would Iticus if they had you just did the perfect makeup job. Who did you accidentally make it look like? One minute.
Atticus would have probably
Oh, there we go.
Looking good.
Yeah.
They probably would have just tried to make them like look better, like look alive.
Oh, yes, that's all I needed. So from here up, from the chin up, they're rosy cheeked and bushy eyed. Is that no? That's not right. Yeah, bushy eared. No, that's not it either. They are just the specimen of health from here up. This makeup is subtle, but it's amazing at the same time. But from here down, they are death warmed over.
Well, that's what Atticus wants to do is help them make them feel better, so they look better.
Yes, and because it's a 30, I'm going to give you one more. So you just sort of hop to the next table. The next one over is an orc. Got one big busted tooth, and he is also ill, but he's kind of and he's resisting you slightly, trying to kind of push you away.
I help better.
And he opens his mouth like he's expecting drugs, and sticks out his big orc tongue.
That's also getting colored in then.
Give me another roll. There's no way this can go wrong. Yeah, high or low, it didn't matter. So yes, you have now made a most handsome troll with eyeline and again it's this. You have a magic touch with this makeup. Maybe it's you that's magic. Maybe you were designed to be a creator of spectacular faces, because this orc looks good. Broken tooth, scars, and all. They look like a movie star. Except from here down, they look like death warmed over. So I'm going to base it on those two. You just keep hopping around the room, and at the end of it, if you pulled the sheets up to here, it would be like, why are these people in the hospital? But the entire room is just
really tired.
Amazingly pretty people on the brink of death. You have made many friends. They're all sleeping right now, but you have made many friends.
Can Creature walk in at the end of this?
Back in, because you've been out in the other room with the dead ones, and then finally you come back in to make sure that they're all okay again.
Yeah.
And this will be about the time that Beowulf walks in. At
You
the same
are also
time.
back in, yeah.
Creature in the most, he has no eyes and he can't make facial expressions.
Yeah.
But you can just tell he's kind of that look of just squinting of.
If there was a bridge, he'd be
The blank face inclines slightly to the left and looks quizzical.
Yeah, that's just.
Speaking, I'm going to quickly jump
Looks
in
at
here.
Iticus.
Yeah.
Looks back at the bodies.
Bigford.
I have snacks.
Yes, you do.
And a sleeping potion.
Yes, you do.
I am going to dose one of my sausages with a little bit of the sleeping potion.
Okay.
About what would knock out a halfling? I know this is a dog-ish.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand as you attempt to pour this stuff on a sausage. Wow. 'Tis the night of the big green numbers. You sort of crack it open, pour it in, it's like, that's perfect. You squeeze the sausage back shut, thumb the stopper closed, and you are now standing there holding a sleepy sausage.
Yeah, sleepy sausage.
Yeah.
That's what my dick.
Way up here, so it's not rude. This.
I caught that, you fucker.
So what do you do with it?
I haven't been on a date in years.
He's gonna just sort of slowly bring it over to the door.
The eye gets replaced by a set of teeth and a nose.
It's good stuff. It's not even a month old. Before it's like 3, 2, 1.
It hits the floor inside.
I open the door more.
Push open the door. The dog is in the way. You kind of push it open a little bit. There's a Bickford-sized space. Yeah.
As I pass the dog and head into the opening room, I just sort of give it a little pat. Good boy.
As you pat it here.
Is it one of those farts that kind of startle it half awake and then it goes back to sleep?
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. Starts to chew, the little bit of sausage falls out of its mouth. You move forward into this building. You're looking for stuff to steal, right?
I'm looking for stuff to steal, easily pawnable.
Absolutely. Give me a investigation check. You're actually looking, not 14 or 14. Yeah.
14.
You find like some matching the stuff on the mantle. You can tell it's gold-plated statues, not real gold. It's too light when you lift it up. But there is an urn there that has got some. It looks like it's got platinum bands around a china urn.
Okay.
Porcelain. That's the word I was looking for. A porcelain urn, but with platinum
Is it
bands
like
around it, and a lid.
Funeral urn,
Yes.
or something bigger? Okay.
Yes. No, it's a funeral urn. Yeah. It looks like it's the most valuable thing you can see that would
Oh
be.
shit! All right. Well, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, I love it. 2 very non-committal rolls.
Non-committal roll.
Back to you.
It's neither a bad roll
Nope.
or a
Nope.
I
Back
know
to you.
better
Yeah.
roll. Fuck.
Back to
All
you,
right.
Bickford.
Ah,
Platinum bands, man. I mean, if you broke that porcelain thing and just took those bands, nobody would ever know where they came from.
what are Bickford's thoughts on the dead? Not his dead.
They're not his.
He's gonna take the urn.
Okay. Do you take it complete, or are you?
He's gonna take it complete and.
Yeah. Dumped or undumped? Yes, that's the next question.
Oh,
You take it off, and there's some weight to it, and you can hear the dum dum dum. You know what this is. Humans
Yeah.
do this; they're weird.
he's going to dump it in the fireplace. Just sort of slowly pour it out because happened one time.
Yeah.
There were drugs in it, and I really wish I kept it.
Boom, 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 into the fireplace. The fireplace is burned basically out at this point in the night.
Hmm.
And as you dump it out, give me a perception check. I kind of hope you fail. So, yeah, excellent. 1. So I don't have to tell you. Yeah, you see nothing. There's absolutely nothing in that urn. Boom, the ash falls into the bottom of the fireplace, and you're now you put the lid back on, and you have this funerary urn made with platinum bands. If you would like to put that on your character sheet.
All right, funerary urn. I'm going to take one of the gold statues as well.
Okay.
Just to
I don't know if you got the description before. Yeah, it's an Oscar. It's
I kind of got it.
Yeah. There's 5 of them on the mantle.
Ooh, he's a good actor.
I was going to say the one you took says best supporting actor in a Shakespeare play or sonnet.
The Shakespearean sonnet. What does he do? Just stand there and hold the book for him?
Supporting actor, right? That's exactly what he does. He supports the
Sure.
book.
All right, he's going to take that and he's going to make his way out. He's going to make sure the dog's comfy on his way out.
As you head out past the dog, give me another sleight of not sleight of foot. Give me another stealth check, please, as you try and sneak back past the dog. Because you get there and he started snoring. He does that thing where he kind of in his sleep reaches out with his foot and just puts it on your foot as you're about to head out the door.
Slowly put it back, scratch him behind the ear. Close the door on my way out.
Head out the door with the funerary urn. And that you head back to the center of the town and find the other 3. So, back together in the middle of town, each having a little bit of fun running around.
Fraser didn't have any fun. This was work.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah.
We have
One of you is a workaholic, the rest of you...
working
well,
lunch.
I guess, yeah, Bickford technically was at
Yeah,
work,
working
too.
lunch.
Yeah, that's kind of his job. Idicus's new job is makeup artist. And Beowulf is now the finder of magics. So, yes. I figured out a way to
I'm
give
still
you
just
the
imagining a
magical
poorly
detection.
drawn smiley face later on creature. Sorry.
When you finally draw something bad, yeah, we will figure those out too. Yeah, you learned. So, with that, is there anything else you guys would like to accomplish here in this evening?
Creature,
Well,
having seen everybody come in to the building now,
Yeah.
guess what he's going to make them all do?
He would like you to all have an alcohol shower. Yeah.
Bigfoot's
Bale?
shoulders slump. He's just like, I
Like,
was
he just-
gonna drink that.
He just finds a bathtub, puts
Yeah.
everyone into it, and just pours barrels of beer into it.
Bigfoot's just
Oh,
like,
no.
ah.
No, Iticus, no, that would not be a good thing. You would rest.
Iticus is just gonna run.
Yeah, no!
Goblins don't bathe.
No. And Beowulf?
Creature still,
You were gonna
creature
say
still
something?
grabs you with a washcloth.
You fight him off like a kid, but get clean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beowulf, yeah, well, yeah, I like, yeah, the shake it at the end of it. Yeah, you hose down creature, or creature hoses you down. It's like, oh yeah, you just hose everybody down.
It's just a
Bigfoot's
look
trying to
of-
like
You've saved me like 10
siphon
seconds.
as much as he can into a mug.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you said they make bug beer, so you just made
Yeah.
bug alcohol.
Yeah.
Big,
What does it
Bigfoot.
taste like? Armpit.
Bigfoot, your testicles have been in that. Do you really want to drink it?
Worse. You should see it when it's Rexlin's turn to drink or to brew. Ugh.
And clean, shiny,
Hold on a sec.
and reeking of alcohol.
Didn't puke.
No, yeah. Only went blind in one eye and only for a minute.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Not
That
from
was-
alcohol.
No, I was gonna say
I
that
was
a
thrown
migraine.
I was slammed into a wall.
That'll do it too.
Oh, there.
But
Really violent game. So much
with
fun.
that, the four of you find yourselves the next morning slightly rested, on the brink of exhaustion. I'm never going to give you the exhaustion, but you're always on the brink. Never get enough rest. But the next morning finds you in Calling Hold. You see, as the sun comes up, some of the braver townfolk peeking through the gate, doing things like this, making sure everybody else stays back. The giant is just outside, sitting crouched up against the wall, snoring loudly. A huge pile of the town's dead in the near distance.
Charred remains.
Yeah, slightly charred remains. He didn't do a very good job. He understood get them
He's gonna have
out.
to go back. Creature's gonna have to go back and finish it.
I'm just sitting here thinking, where's Corfell when you need him?
And laid it up for you. So, with that, where would you go next?
Before
Remember, you
we
were ahead of,
leave,
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Creature's going to fully dress, walk over to the bravest villager, and say, "The plague's gone in your town. You can essentially come back in. The people in the sick house will still need to be looked after by your physician. But aside from that, everything's good.
You guys are leaving, right?
That's the plan.
Cool, we'll wait.
No, you can come in now. They need help."
I'll just go and get the
Up,
others.
Now.
And one or two of them
Throw
start
the door
walking
open.
towards the town. Other ones you see sort of fading back into the trees. But yes. The other three, anything you want to do before we leave? Nope. Okay.
Oh,
No, Bigford doesn't. He's not looking to head back to the scene of the crime. He's
Nope. Beowulf, are you staying in wolf form or humaning?
well, for the time being, at least until he gets a good distance away from the giant, he's gonna stay in wolf.
Okay, that makes sense.
Only because the giant had asked him to.
Absolutely.
But probably before they hit Yartar, he'll change back to human.
Makes perfect sense to me. So I'll just put you here just so we show that you've actually left Calling Horns.
Yeah.
As you do.
Creature fully agrees to go to Yartar, but also, I imagine with Beowulf trying to say Yartar
Oh.
next is just.
Actually,
Yes.
Beowulf, did you do the thing where you absorbed the rod for the moment, or did you still have it in your mouth when you came back?
When I walked
Sorry, I caught you in the middle of a snack. This question occurred to me. Sorry.
When I would assume he carried it all through the village
Okay.
and then tried to hand it to Creature as soon as he saw Creature.
Creature
Okay,
will
because
just
we'll have
put
to
out a
retcon
hand.
that. So so you now have 2 pieces of that.
Yeah.
They
And
don't.
Creature is storing them in a place where he won't need to worry about them too much.
Yep.
And he's essentially hollow with some skeleton in him as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
So he can just like drop one into an arm
Mm-hmm.
and it clatters a little bit. And the other one he just has held in place. So every step is a little rattly.
Okay. That's 1. Okay. Yeah, you slide them inside your body, and you feel as you do your checking, these 2 don't fit together. They're not like adjacent pieces on the statue. But as you get this one, you get a flash of that shattering statue again. Every time you touch one of these, you get that image of the shattering statue. And then you slide them into your body to no ill effect twice. He said, rolling an 18 and a 33. Foreshadowing horrifically to the player.
The player understands.
Oh,
Creature
yes.
will just keep doing this.
Not a clue. Yes, nothing's happened. This is why I love you guys. Bigfoot walked right into the casks of a Montalito, knowing full well what was going to happen.
Creature's doing something equally stupid.
Indeed, this is why I love great players. With that, you have 2 of the shards in you, and the 4 of you head out of town and down the road. You do remember, actually, maybe you do or maybe you don't. We rolled a lot of dice tonight. Let's everybody roll some dice now. Give me intelligence checks.
Okay.
Everybody give me a dump stat check. There's one. Yep. There's a 0. There's a 2. There's a -1. I'm talking about the modifiers. And a +1. Well, okay. So the highest roll was a 15. Iticus. Perfect.
The creature's been around for like a few months.
Yeah.
I think we said 6.
Yeah.
He's not really paying attention to everything. He still remembers everything from 200 years ago.
This makes perfect sense. Iticus, you remember Big Frid back there, the one that's sleeping by the building now, told you you're supposed to take your shard to Harshnag.
To the card person, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's where I was going to drop the next line is, and the person with the magic business card.
He doesn't.
This is why I'm so happy this is how this happened.
He kind of looks at them and looks back. And is Beowulf still in wolf form?
You guys were out on the road, so I
I'm
think...
assuming we're still within city viewing, so.
Actually, yes, because I said you looked back and see the giant, so yes, Beowulf is still in wolf form.
Yeah, he'll be in wolf form probably till that night, and then he'll transform at night.
Card. He's trying to like.
Yeah. I get it.
Bigfred looks down to him and says, or looks down to Iticus and Goblin and says, "What are you trying to say, little guy?"
And then Goblin back, he replies with, "Big giant, tell us, card has goes with shard.
The card and the shard go together.
Take it back to guard person."
Oh. So he turns to the party. He's like, "Little guy is talking that these have to do with the big dude from where was that town? Crap, Amphale. That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah, magically, just
the
because
magic. He
possible.
just basically just
It's
says that.
definitely possible. Beowulf comes out and holds the card.
Yeah. Yeah, you stick your tongue out and the cards on it for the purposes of this. Absolutely, yes.
Creature will grab the card as the only person that the person that seemingly has to be the leader for this stretch of the journey.
The plaguey stretch.
So with that, you have the card and 2 of the shards.
Opens the chest, puts it inside.
So you just
Look,
put
this
the
is
card
where he
in,
keeps
okay.
his important items.
Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, works. And with that, you start to move down the road. As you do,
Where is Amphil, by the way?
Anfield's way the hell down by Waterdeep.
southwest from where you guys are by a long way. It's where you started, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Down by Golden Fields, etc.
That was like episode 2.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Far, far away.
Oh, there. I see it.
Yeah. So, as you make your way down the Tribor Trail, this is a major equivalent of, I almost said highway, but that implies paved roads and shoulders. This isn't that, but this is a proper, I guess I would call it like a Roman road. It's got a crest, it's hard pack. It's not just a hollow way, it's not just a dirt path. This is a real
Like a
road.
well-traveled path.
Yeah, exactly. And as you're moving along, coming the other way towards you, you start to see first a group of about a dozen. Then behind, and they're all wearing uniforms, identical yellow and purple uniforms, and they've got their spears and they're marching down the road. And you
I
see
make my
behind,
way off the trail.
I'm
behind
hiding.
them in the distance a much larger group, several hundred. Yeah.
Oh, I am. Idicus is definitely hiding.
Okay, hiding, Beowulf.
He's actually just going to go to the side of the road and sit down and
Yeah.
try and look
Wolfie?
friendly. You know, like anybody.
Unthreatening.
local neighborhood wolf, just checking you guys out. How you doing? yes, Leah. I haven't mentioned it, but yes, the only way that works is if his ribs are in fact on hinges,
They pretty
Or-
much are.
or they creak at the back, like they're not the. Oh,
The back opens up. That's how it works.
oh, is that how? I always thought the front opened up, like it was
Oh,
like
no,
a row
the-
of magnets
front-
down your
the
sternum, and you could
no,
like
the-
open
the
up like a
front
chest
is-
of drawers.
I think what I'm
Or
trying to say
shelves.
is the front is the part that opens up,
Yes.
but it's the back where the hinges are on the spine, essentially.
Locks with a skeleton key. Oh my god, you were just waiting on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
That was
really were.
gorgeous.
wonderful.
I love it.
Oh,
So
point for Leah.
you put that in your rib cage. So one hiding, Idicus hiding Beowulf, pretending to be a wolf, which should be pretty easy because you're a wolf. And yeah, there it is. And creature, what are you doing?
Creature thinks very quickly, knows that Bickford will likely follow,
Yeah.
knows that Bickford will also likely know where Idicus is,
Yep.
or vice versa, and they'll be able to follow each other.
Yep.
And so Creature walks over to Beowulf and just says, stamp twice on the ground for yes, once for no. Can I put a collar on you, pretend you're a big dog, and then just we walk on the side of the road and just avoid them?
Give him a bow. Pretend he's a ranger.
Oh, good. So yeah, he'll say he'll make it so he says yes.
Okay. Then Creature very quickly, because of the
Yeah.
weird stuff that he occasionally picks up from clients, pulls out what is essentially a collar that he has,
Yeah.
because someone was very into S&M at that point.
It's
Puts it
that
around.
kind of collar.
They owed you some
Unfortunately.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Puts it around Beowulf, makes sure makes sure it's loose, that Beowulf can easily slip out of it.
Yep.
Attach a long piece of rope to it, and then just start walking. If anyone waves at me, we wave back politely, but we don't make eye contact, and we don't.
Speaking of eye contact, what's this
Or
part of
both.
Creature doing right now? As you try to nonchalantly walk past people, have you got the mask on?
He's wearing the mask. Yeah,
Okay, which is
Whenever
essentially yeah. So yeah, the face.
that's essentially
okay.
default.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Hello, Kalina. Everybody's here. Look at this. Everybody's here.
Yeah.
That's
This is awesome.
cool. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
I love it. This is good. This is good. This is good. It's so good I was out of focus briefly. Ah. So. Give me. Oh, I just haven't been paying attention. Creature and Beowulf, because Beowulf is pretending to be a wolf. I want you both to give me performance checks, ya non-bards, ya. For the other dump stat, charisma. Yup. So Creature's not very good at looking like a person, and Beowulf is strangely stiff and uncomfortable in the role of a wolf.
In the role of a dog.
Thank you. In the role of a dog. You keep trying to walk with your feet spread, and you keep doing the wolf thing where you're walking in a straight line, like I talked about before.
Just can't help not being threatening.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just this
You
wonky
bristle.
walking.
Yeah, Christmas, your bread
imagining.
and butter, absolutely. They could have
Oh,
used
yeah.
you.
Hold on.
Because a moon elf would have helped this situation dramatically.
Really
Oh,
would.
sorry, and that's gonna be an 8.
Oh, an
Because
8. That's
it
even
has a
worse. Yeah, okay.
His charisma is a -1.
Yes, you're right. So that's a 5 and an 8. The first 6 people, quite clearly as you get closer, these are scouts, very lightly armored, very lightly armed. They look down at the two of you as you sort of step to the side of the road. And he says, he looks at the two of you and looks at you, Creature, and says, "Take off the mask. Let me see your face."
Scooby-Doo. Take off that mask.
For
What about that one?
for the purposes of this, Bickford and Idicus are within hearing range. You can hear them being challenged.
I want to say that we were like on the opposite side of the road, just sort of
Yep.
peeking out from 2 bushes.
Yep.
Or a bush and a tree.
One on each. Yeah. Yeah. There's a tree with some shrubbery around the bottom, and Idicus is sticking out of the shrubbery, and Bickford's peeking around the side of the tree. Yeah. Full Scooby-Doo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Beowulf and Creature.
Creature gives Beowulf a quick pat on the shoulder, kind of a run.
Yeah, because he was growling a little bit.
Yeah, because you get pissed off at him. The inner wolf was coming out. And it's like, you just try and dominate me? Did you just? Yeah. So there's a bit of a growl going. So yeah, Creature, you whisper down.
Is very, it's just whispering, just run off. Stands back up. And as he's been told, he puts up his hands like this
Yeah.
and just reaches.
As you take the mask off, Beowulf, do you run?
He's gonna stay by just in case Creature may need some help.
You shake
But
off the collar.
he's gonna kind of look intimidating. He's not gonna take the collar off yet.
Okay.
He's gonna try and keep up the facade if he
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, but just go into full don't. Yeah. Okay.
He's going into full. Don't you dare mess with my master.
Absolutely. Okay. Both. Okay. Creature.
In slow motion, it's just coming off.
Yep. So
kind of
I
a-
want intimidation from Beowulf, and Creature, you take the mask off. Would that be intimidation as well? I think so, right? You're trying to. Or what is the effect that you're going?
I'm not
for?
trying to intimidate. I am literally just trying to pretty much look at him.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay.
And show this is what I am.
That's gonna be a 6.
Okay.
You let these people go.
Yes. Well, that
I-
certainly qualifies as a help action. So Beowulf, roll again, because you would get advantage for the help action.
All right.
Didn't help.
That would be a 4.
That's a 4 and a 6. As you growl the second time, the collar just falls off. And that stops, that was the only thing stopping that wolfy bristle from happening. So now it is very clear that you are not a dog. You are full-blown pissed off wolf. Creature, you're standing there with your mask in your hand, and the 6 of these, you can kind of hear the creak as they start to move into, like, shields are coming up and spears are coming down.
I whisper to Idicus, we might have to fight.
You let my pet go, and you can take me. No fuss, no muss.
Back in Goblin to Bigford. No fight. We get attention, they run. And then we hide.
If only I had thaumaturgy. I got your attention right here, motherfucker.
Give me a
Actually-
persuasion check, creature, while these two figure out what they're going to do
Oh, it's a
as you
lucky.
try and talk them into letting your pet go. The two of you are coming with us.
As they say that, they hear I'm using, just for the record, I'm using minor illusion,
Okay.
and I hear what they hear is, "Oh my God, there's a giant!" from the direction of Calling Horns.
Okay. Save DC is 12.
Fuck, man, you just kick my ass every time I try to cast a spell. Every time.
So
I am repeating.
You're the one with the spell save DC at 12. I didn't even give him a
repeating
bonus.
My whisper of, I'm repeating my whisper of
Yeah.
run to Beowulf.
Okay.
This is my problem, not theirs.
Yeah.
Not his.
You
Ma'am?
hear sort of off in the distance, but he cast it too far away. Nobody heard it.
Okay, they're supposed to be trying intelligence, but yeah, fucking, they're still beating.
Doesn't
them.
matter with a 19, even if they had
Jerks.
-6,
I
they would have
know.
made that. So, yeah.
Against my, why does it say it should be? I keep thinking it should be higher than that, but my
It's 8
attack
plus your
bonus-
proficiency plus your stat bonus.
Oh, my bonus is only 1. That's why.
Yeah. That's why, yeah. Non-optimized characters. They're great fun. So you try that, Idicus. You see Bickford do that magic thing, and something happens over there, but it doesn't really get anybody's attention.
We cast it too far away.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it sound like it was off in the distance, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Yep.
too far off in the distance.
Or they don't care. Something along those lines, yeah. So Idicus, what do you do?
Idicus jumps out from behind it,
Yep.
tries to run up to the first guy, grab his purse, and bolt.
If creature can see this, he's going to turn his attention very briefly because they can't see Idicus yet.
Yep. Okay.
This is the only time I think I'm really going to try to roll against someone.
Well, no, because this also works as the help action. You see them coming. Are you going to try and stop Idicus, or are you
I'm pretty much going to try to, with Dompureness,
Yeah.
inflict my will to say stop and go back. Essentially.
You get that as a message, Idicus. I'll give you that. I'll give you the message gets through.
I'm not even saying as a message, just kind of as a vague feeling
Yeah,
that is being sent that way. I was willing to roll for wisdom.
that's okay. This works. I'm not gonna give you the chance to force Idicus back, but I will give you the message to pay you off for that. I'll give you the message for free.
Okay.
If he can see creature, he's just going to shake his head no. And
Give me. Oh, we're gonna do another one of these stack stealth checks. Give me a stealth to run up. Creature's trying to be all
Creature
self-sacrificial. Yeah.
Creature is going to run in.
You charge
as well.
towards them, absolutely, giving them advantage. As you do so, Idicus, with a 26, you are right in the middle of these 6 people, and none of them see you. Creature is charging towards them. Ah!
He's gonna go for the coin purse on
Yeah.
the lead guy's thing.
Yeah.
Probably yell something in Goblin just to get their attention and bolt out.
Absolutely. Give me a sleight of hand. With plus 10. Okay. I got an answer for this. And give me a, you're not going to get stealth now. Give me an acrobatics to get the hell out of here without getting grabbed. 24.
Creature is also going to intimidate to try to.
Absolutely. So you give me an intimidate roll while I
So to
explain
keep
what
them
this
their
did. Yeah.
attention fully on creature.
So Idicus, you reach up with your dagger and it's like, I'm taking this coin purse. Oh, perfect. I'm taking this coin purse, and you miss, but you cut his belt. And his pants just thump to the ground. And
Loot goblin.
Intimidation too.
he
Oh, there we go.
reaches, yeah, he reaches down for the pants, sees you, reaches forward, creature bends down and looks at him, just At the same time, Beowulf just and it comes at them. He takes 2 steps back and trips on his belt and falls back into the other 5 of them.
Creature using the intimidation, he's just because he was trying to blanket it
Yeah.
across
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh yeah.
Because he's also like robe is open, chest is
Oh
flying
yeah.
out
I mean,
these dark
You
tendrils.
rolled a 20, so yeah.
He's doing everything he can.
Yeah.
He's going, you're taking me and me alone.
We're not taking anybody. Fuck off. As he's laying on the ground, yeah.
Then you
Just go,
leave
just go,
us
just go.
alone.
Yeah, just go around. He starts pulling up his pants, and his men are all like, Lieutenant
Creature doesn't.
Lieutenant Stained Ass. He's got a new
Creature
nickname.
immediately gives a look
Yeah.
to anyone who snickers.
That's gonna be a lot of people, bud.
So,
Oh no! It's
don't
just
make me do the biggest dickest scene.
no. But he's going to. Look at, he's pretty much the first person who snickers. He's going to immediately glare at and kind of let a tongue loll out.
Yep. And he just grabs his boss and starts dragging him back up the road towards this group of like 100 or so that's coming towards you.
Yeah, and then with Beowulf, teeth are bared, haunches. You know, just like basically how you would always see like these growling.
Oh yeah,
movements.
between the 2 of you and the pants down and everything else, they are all backing away from you now.
Before they
Bigfoot-
fully get away.
Yeah.
So Creature does grab the lead, their lieutenant, by the collar.
Yeah.
Tell no one of this.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell somebody you cut off my pants. Yeah, right. I'm gonna tell everybody that. Don't worry,
Yeah,
boss. We will. Sorry.
sarcasm.
Fun.
And just with one quick tongue, just a slight scratch, just enough to draw a little bit of blood,
Yeah.
just appears
Absolutely, yep.
right there.
The group of 100 is getting closer and closer by the second. You guys have got this group of 6 backing off. Bickford, you're still in the trees.
You guys hear a tree say, "Maybe we should get going."
Yeah.
How this is just a question. How heavy are Iticus and Beowulf, especially Beowulf in this
I
form?
mean, Beowulf's a wolf, so probably
He's a big.
100 kilos. Yeah. I've always assumed he's kind of the same mass as he is when a human, and I see him as being big, like, what, 220, 240 sort of size? Pounds? So 100 kilos? Something like that. I mean, the picture, he's just, so yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
200
monster.
pounds. Yeah, he's 200 pounds and human.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
as well, probably 400 pounds.
Yeah,
No.
they're all fast anyway. I mean, for the
Creature's
purposes
going
of,
to
for the
trust-
purposes of
cre-
escape, yeah.
Creature is going to trust that you can move fast enough to try and keep up.
Yeah.
And he just picks up Iticus.
Iticus? Yeah, do you...
Picks
Yeah.
up Iticus just
Never do that again.
and then just
I help.
moves.
I help. Off you go.
Yeah, he's gonna grab the collar and somehow get it slipped back on
Yeah,
because he doesn't want to lose it. He likes it,
yeah.
and he's gonna run after Creature.
The 4 of you just into the trees.
Bigford pats Iticus on the back as they're running in Goblin. It's like, "Good job, buddy."
Do not encourage. I cannot hear or understand what you said.
No,
I'm
you
just
probably hear
making an
Iticus is like little.
assumption.
Yeah.
Wolf is trying to hold a snicker as he wants to continue intimidating.
So a group of vaguely visible shadows flashes through the trees, snickering occasionally. You get a ways in and stop and find a place to hide, and you watch as this small army marches past.
That really could have gone better.
Beowulf or Bickford, Jesus, is still holding. It's my own character too.
Yep.
Bickford's still stifling a chuckle as he readjusts his pack and is just getting ready back to walking as opposed to hiding mode.
Like Creature is just in hushed tone so no one of the
Yeah.
army can hear them.
Yeah.
It's just is essentially chastising people. Like he's chastising Iticus for trying to help.
Well, give us a couple sentences of what you say to each of
Okay.
them
It's just
in your moment of adulthood.
yeah. Okay.
Everyone, sit down. You
Points at Atticus.
I help.
do no. Do not try to help in a situation like that. The best thing you can do is run away.
I help.
I can help. I can handle myself after the fact. You cannot.
I
No.
help.
Bigfoot's just
Yep.
encouraging Atticus from behind.
Is there a metallic pout going on, like the lips starting to come out?
It's this like very confused because
Confused.
he helped.
Okay, yes.
He did a really
absolutely,
good
yeah.
job too,
Yeah.
and that's why Bigfoot's encouraging him.
Atticus,
Okay, I just want to
did
get the
not
mindset
help.
right.
there.
No,
No,
one,
you could have made things worse.
But he didn't.
Doesn't matter.
no one hurt. I help.
We got lucky.
For a change.
Yeah, for a change. You,
Why they come anyway?
Points at Bigford.
stop encouraging Atticus.
We're goblins. If he's not going to learn from a goblin, he's got to learn from me.
I get that. So you have to teach them right. No, this is not the right thing. And Beowulf.
Look
When
at
I
him with
say-
a big old doggy goofy grin.
Tongue out, yep.
Next time I say to run, run. Don't try to help. Do not try to help me in that moment. Get as far away as you can.
There appears to be
We can always get me later. We cannot get me again if you're dead or in the same situation I'm in.
I help.
No, you didn't.
Yes, he did.
He felt. I
Creature,
help.
creature, your ribs start to vibrate.
Mid-sentence, so it just sort of vibrates the voice.
Look, I am trying to help you. I don't understand why everything is.
You can feel something inside you trying to get out.
Creature just puts up a finger
Yeah,
and a quick strike to immediately what's trying to get out.
yeah.
Like, shut up. I am trying to parent. Oh, God, I'm the parent.
Your parasite says, "Open it up! I've had enough of this shit in here."
Creature just puts his hand in,
Yep,
quick but powerful squeeze
yep.
on the parasite itself.
Uh-huh.
We are a team. Shut up.
As you take your hand back out, the card is in it. The card starts to vibrate.
Okay, I have had enough from you two. Don't talk to me right now.
Bigfoot
Yes, we're
sits
going
down
to
next
where we need
Atticus.
to go
To get you and do your thing, but shut up otherwise.
Right below
Helped.
Beowulf,
Yep,
written in the dirt, because you can narratively do that.
yep.
It says,
Sure.
I helped.
Did you eat the card?
Yes.
Creature, is that what you did? Okay.
I put it back in. I
Yep.
ate the card.
Give me a constitution save, please.
Okay.
No.
No, talk me
Yeah.
Yankee.
My yeah, my constitution is pretty decent though.
18, yeah. You feel the card inside you starting to grow and starting to stick into the structure of your inside of your skeleton and starting to tense, and it's going to try and come out. Right
The
at the moment,
tendrils
you crunch
are-
whatever happens to pass for muscles and hold it.
Yeah. Oh no, the tendrils wrap around it.
Yep.
Just like a boa constrictor, just starts squeezing the life out of it.
As we're watching
Give me-
Creature
yeah.
have what we can only see what must be damn pure constipation.
You know, whatever constitutes for constipation for what creatures don't have buttholes.
So,
Or cloacas.
you haven't got one of those either. With that, the card inside is just vibrating and shaking inside your ribs. You tried to crush it. Give me a strength check, please.
Can I use my dexterity instead as a monk?
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, 10. You kind of move around, and part of it you feel gets between two of whatever passes for ribs and kind of pokes out. Oh. And you are unable to damage it at this point.
Oh, damage less so, just trying to shrink it back into
Trying to
size.
crush it back down. Yeah, it doesn't work. You're unable to crush it back down.
Okay. Creature
Derek?
is going to, after feeling it poke into him,
Yeah,
just kind of like when you see a cat cough up a hairball.
yeah.
It's just that, but it's just a bunch of black tendrily organs just shooting it out and then slithering back inside.
Yeah. And poof, the card lands on the ground in front of you. Perfectly dry because there's no guts in creature apparently, except for the mouth. But
There are, but it's mostly just blood.
yeah,
Like it's
Siegfried
just
reaches
soup
over
of
because he
blood.
can reach.
yeah.
And he just sort of like
yeah.
wipes it off anyway. And you
Yeah.
can't see him do
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And sort of looks at it. Because obviously if someone's calling, someone's got to answer
Yeah.
the phone.
It says on it, "On my way."
You dick. Why couldn't you have been here 5 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Stuck in traffic?
Bickford, you look down and it apparently hurt him because it says I was busy.
Who's going to argue with a giant? So,
Creature just makes a glom of like black, bloody phlegm. Just spits it onto the card. He's having an argument with an inanimate object
Yes.
that is giving him sass.
Yes.
winning.
So, Bickford, you read the card. You're the only one that I believe has read it so far.
yeah. So yeah, he's like, so that guy we're looking for, he's coming here. So, should we clean up first? Or, do some tidying?
Beowulf is too confused at Bickford.
Kevin gets the joke. We've got guests.
Sorry, Beowulf, what was that?
I said he's gonna look at Bickford.
Yeah.
And try and figure out what in the world he's saying. I do see that Destern River is far enough away, but not too far away.
Yep.
But I don't think we're gonna make it there to get cleaned up per se.
No,
he's-
it was a joke on there's company coming. We should, tidy up the campsite, make it look pretty. But Kevin got the joke at least.
Either way. It's all
I
good.
got it too. I just
It was bad, I know. Terrible joke.
sorry. Creature is going to look and say, "There's big guy. Big Fred is going to come. Do you want to make people look presentable? Like you did earlier with all of my
Yes.
patients?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You start painting everybody up for their big meeting with Harshnag?
Creature's going to kind of just wave Iticus away when Iticus comes over, and he's just going to wipe dirt and stuff that he's got on himself.
Okay.
Iticus will point to the mask.
Wow.
Creature quickly looks in his bag, looks at the 50 other blank masks, closes it, and just says, "Yeah, draw on it. Go ahead."
I help.
Yes. So,
Are you going
Iticus.
wait, when you say help, are you going to make it look like a person?
Can't I? Yes.
All right, go for it.
Perfect. Give me. You know what? Don't. You look at creature, Idicus. You have a moment where it's just like this moment of absolute clarity. You take out your makeup, and in an oddly serious moment, if I may steal your character for just a second, you paint creature, the whole mask, and you've got it in your hand like this while you're doing it. And then when you turn around to show it to creature, what do you say when you turn around to show it to him?
Fred's help.
Creature, it's you when you were alive 200 years ago. It is all but perfect.
Creature, this is the first time he's seen what he looks like in quite a while.
Yeah.
And this is like creature, this is still creature close to the end of his life.
Yeah.
Because he died, he unfortunately passed away due to
Plague, I believe. As he's
catching the
getting
plague
cut.
himself
Yeah.
while helping other people. Yeah. And so it's got some, because of that, it's got some streaks of white, just a few streaks of white in the hair and the beard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's bright red hair, these dazzling green eyes. The facial structure is still similar to what creature's actual face looks like now, bone structure wise.
Yep.
But in front of him is the face of the man he once was.
Yes. Hand it back to you as a mask. Idicus, I am going to ask you to roll for the other two as you make up Bigfrid and Beowulf. Beowulf, are you still in wolf form?
Yeah, he's gonna stay in wolf form,
And
and he's
Bigfrid's
gonna
in Bigfrid form, so yeah. So,
All I
so
can
make up
imagine
make
is-
up a wolf for us first.
Yeah.
Give us a
All I
sleight
can
of
imagine is that little bit of hair at the top is tufted up. and you put a little tail on it.
We're trolled all Bigford out of this. It's
God.
Man,
Okay,
look
so
at
there's
you go.
Beowulf.
28 for Beowulf. Beowulf, you have been to the groomers. This is perfect. Beowulf, you have been to the groomers. Like you are, your coat is shiny and fluffy, and your eyebrows have been done, and like everything's been trimmed. You are just like the perfectly clean wolf that nobody's ever seen ever. You're just immaculate.
Goofy.
He feels like
Bigfrid.
he's lost the masculinity at this point.
Bigfrid, remember, I almost forgot, but remember 2 episodes ago you got all the hair burned off your ass?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you had a bald ass. And now, as you reacted poorly to the makeup, and now you have, like, the front of your scalp is, now this bit here is bald as well.
I had a reaction.
So yeah,
A bit like
so
a,
you
Chri-
got like
a bit like a
like a
Christian monk.
yeah, you've got like a me going. Like, well, not a tonsure back here. It's like it's a tonsure that slid forward. Like he's he's covered in hair, right? He's a bugbear, but this whole patch here is basically naked now to go along with his
Look like
naked
my
ass
dad.
cheeks. It's evolution. It's happening right in front of us. He's becoming a hairless bugbear.
Draw a lightning bolt on that. And it works.
Give him some big round glasses and a lightning bolt. We'll make him into a wizard, Harry. Bigford.
We'll make him into one hairy wizard.
Oh, I missed it. It was right there and I missed it. Damn it.
I am half a caster,
Yes, you are.
half a warlock.
Yep. Half a luck. So your name is Pick. No, never mind. With that, the 4 of you, well, I've got to ask, Creature, do you put the mask back on?
Creature thanks Idicus very much and is also very concerned about how Idicus was able to make an exact replica of what he looked like. And once he makes sure that it's waterproofed, essentially,
Yep.
and smear proof,
Yep. It's good makeup.
yeah,
It's magic makeup, actually.
he
to be
opens it
fair.
up into his robe
Yeah.
and just kind of places it onto a small hook, essentially.
Yep.
And closes it back up because it's one of those if you're going to meet a giant, meet him how you are.
Yes, one of them has already kind of come across and given you that point. But yes,
Mhm.
so just to be perfectly clear, that was so well done. If you put that mask on and flip up your hood and don't show your hands or any other part of your anatomy, you will pass as human.
Okay.
I mean, it's got no emotion, so if they get close, it's not quite an illusion spell, but you're not going to look like like what you
Well,
are.
there's
long
a
as you-
shy smirk on
Yeah,
that.
oh, I'm sure there
face.
was some sort of a grin with Iticus doing the job. Yeah, yeah, I make Fred smile. So,
Oh, and for the purposes of this, it also has the big pair of glasses that he wore.
yeah,
His eyesight was terrible. Now his eyesight is different.
yes, he doesn't see.
Like he
so
wore
much.
color correcting lenses
Yeah,
because he was colorblind otherwise. He's colorblind now, but in a different way.
yes, yeah. It's more like blind sight now,
Yeah,
but with that,
like how Daredevil sees.
you start to move back down the road again, and only a few hours later, you see in the distance the flying castle approaching from the coast. So you're to about here. It's coming from the direction of Neverwinter, and you see it coming up the Desserin Valley, and as it gets closer, it drops lower and lower. And as it gets nearer still, it kind of stops and hovers, and a small door opens in the bottom of this is like the bottom of it's like somebody took a castle and ripped it out by the roots. There's a big root of earth that hangs off the bottom of it, and then this little piece of grass, and then this castle sitting, improbably tall castle sitting on top of it, all built to giant scale. As it gets closer and closer, it's impossibly big. There's no way anything but massive amounts of magic is doing this. More magic than any of you have ever seen. This tiny trap door opens in the earthen bottom, and this figure drops out. It's minuscule compared to this island, but as it gets closer and closer, you see it's the same scale. It's huge. He's got to stand 20 to 22 feet tall, 7 meters for my Canadian friends. As he lands just across from you, he settles to the ground. It's a stone giant, wearing full plate mail, and with the skull of a white dragon as its helmet. Scars on his cheeks, a huge halberd in one hand and a huge shield strapped across his back. And he looks down at the four of you and says, "Not what I would have chosen, but who am I to argue with the gods?"
Wait, that old lady was a god?
Almost all creatures are gods in some time and place.
I mean, I argue with the gods constantly. That's the entirety of being a doctor.
I wasn't gonna mention that, but you and I are gonna have words.
Yeah, no, I get it. Look, it's difficult when you're disciplining people and then suddenly some jackass comes in and just starts interrupting your thing. So I'm sorry. But time it better next time.
Not allowed to kill you because you're going to save the world. The rest of you.
Giggling in the background from below.
He reaches down with a pinky and starts to scrub you behind your ears.
Ooh, that's a little
Beowulf.
bit dying.
I understand you have a couple of pieces of the Voronov shards.
Yeah. Creature literally lifts up his arm to knock it back into the.
Yeah. You really shouldn't keep more than one of those in contact with each other. You might be mentally stronger than I thought you were.
Oh, I'm completely, entirely insane.
That helps. It helped the last guy, too. What do you know about the Ordning? To cut to the
It's
chase.
broke.
Yes, it damn well is.
Essentially, from what I remember, some giant set of rules and social constructs that build together to say what giants are and are not.
It is the rules the Allfather came up with that allow us to interact with the little people and not end up in endless wars. It also governs our actions regarding dragons. Those rules have also been flung. So wars, more than you can imagine, are afoot. Dragons and giants, giants and men, giants and elves. And I went to talk to the Oracle, the Eye of the All-Father. And they showed me you.
I'm sorry.
I mean, he's got the right idea. We are a family that is very weird. It has one dad and 3 crazy children. And two crazy children, 1 moody teenager.
At this point, you are anything but a team.
No, I said we're a family. It's a completely different dynamic.
It is, and I need a team.
You sure you picked the right people then?
I didn't pick you. The Allfather did.
Well,
He
he
would like to
chose
have
wrong.
a word.
The Allfather?
Yes.
Is
The
the word
Oracle
beer?
of the Allfather. Oh, right, I forgot. And he
Is the
reaches into
word-
his
Is the word oops?
he reaches into his pouch, pulls out a keg of fine ale, sets it down in front of Bickford. A keg of fresh blood, sets it down in front of Creature. A box of
How did you
spare
keep it this
parts.
fresh?
You see what I came here in? Like, it's not even coagulated or nothing, right? But you're standing in the presence of enough magic to make a castle fly. Iticus, you get a box, like a small chest. You open it up, and at first it's like just bunches of bits of metal. It's spare parts and tinkering bits and a tool set.
He takes it, but it's this kind of, I don't like to be reminded of what I've become.
Mhm. Give me an Arcana check. Not right now. Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Yeah, you kind of, this is wrong, right? This isn't what I wanted, and you close the box. But do you keep it?
Yes.
Okay. Write that down. Box of parts, because it's going to be
Oh.
important when I remember what to do with it. Because I already know what I'm going to do with it, but I can't do it right away because you rolled a 5. And Beowulf. A small package appears on the ground in front of you. He sets down in front of you. He says, "Let me get that for you." And he pops it open. In it, there's a small stone about this big around. A moonstone. He says, "With that, you can control when you change. You won't have to change when the moon says you do."
Oh.
I'm not asking for your help. The Allfather will do that. I'm asking if you'll come with me.
Beowulf is returning to human form at this point.
Yep. And now you've got the box in
It's
your
going to
hand
be
with
in
the
his
moonstone.
hand, and then the stone in the other.
Yeah.
Eventually, he's going to make it to where the stone is on the collar,
Yeah.
and when he'll wear the collar just the whole time from now on.
Perfect. I love
Did
it.
not know that was going to be an item that I introduced that would be released.
Great players, man. Great players take every hook. So you write on your character sheet somewhere collar with moonstone on it, and we will remember that allows you to choose to change or not on the night of a full moon.
Make creature sniff the blood.
Yes.
Well, that's what he's immediately doing. And the second he smells none of it's diseased,
None of it is diseased. Give me a... What would it be? Give me a medicine check.
12.
12. It is, yeah, it's hard to tell. It is from one of the meta-human races, which is how they used to refer to dwarves, elves, and all the halves, the meta-humans. It is of that group, but you don't know what race specifically. But it is very fresh. No active conditions. I just expect after a couple of seconds of comedic timing comes up, except syphilis. I see the dog is making you happy, so yes, I see you're muted. Well, that's okay, because it is 10
Oh,
of
creatures.
8.
Oh,
Yeah, go
Creature's
ahead.
going to drink all of that immediately.
Oh,
The
yes,
second he
yeah.
smells it's not diseased,
Yep.
he's just, have not-
Yep.
essentially his tongue turns into a giant straw.
Yeah, you mosquito
they-
it. Yeah.
They kind of swirl together.
Yeah.
It just pierces into the barrel. Like the wood is just, and it's just kind of this big pulsing coming in. And it's just,
Bigford,
Like
you
a
have
blood Capri Sun.
Yes. Oh, there's a James Acaster joke. He was part of a band called the Capri Sun Quartet. They each used their own first names and their favorite flavor of Capri Sun as the last name. So he was James Orange. Bigford, a keg of fine ale in front of you.
What you see is Bickford sitting on his ass, feet
Yeah.
splayed out, and he's just reaching in with a
Yeah.
stein
And just
and drinking.
down in it.
Very
Idiocus.
pleased with himself.
That box. Do you feel it shudder and change shape in your pack?
Yes, curiosity's going to take over Iticus and look back at it.
Opened it up. Stuff keeps changing on Iticus. The wand that you took turned out to be a different wand. Maybe it's just because sometimes you don't pay attention, or sometimes you don't remember so good. Or maybe there's way, way more to Iticus than anybody knows, even Iticus. Because in that box now are a bunch of pieces of a goblin. But they're not like dismembered pieces. They're like a goblin kit that needs to be put together.
Yeah, that's a little bit better for him. And he goes, "Oh, thank you."
Put it back in your backpack.
Box of goblin.
Yeah,
Assembly required.
some assembly required, and that's going to be the sub quest for that, is figuring out how to put Iticus's goblin body back together. Oh, I'm glad oh, yay. Oh, I love creative
waste
thought.
into his blood.
Yes, yeah. So,
Going
with
down
that,
soon.
yes, with that, we leave the four of you, and your giant friend. He just kind of shakes his head and says, I guess it's been a hell of a day. Go ahead, take a break. And he just sort of sits on the ground and starts to watch around you. And I think that is where we will drop the curtain on tonight. A little short, but we went a little long a while ago. Plus, this seems like a good spot. I don't want to have to fake 10 minutes. So, we will start next week with the big, deep conversation about whether or not you're going to follow or help Harshnag or not. Because you don't have to, because it's D&D and nothing is written in stone. You can tell him to F off. I don't care. We'll figure it out.
Except for those giant rules, they seem to be pretty written in stone,
Yes, well, they were until somebody
or
broke
at
the
least
stone.
crystal.
Yep. Yeah, I
And
stole
rock.
from Dark Crystal. I stole from everywhere for this. Still
I'm
one of
just
my favorite
making
movies of all
puns.
time.
Oh,
I
Dark
hope
Crystal's
they I hope
fantastic.
they never ever ever remake it because the original was amazing. But with that,
Ah, lovely.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Sorry. For anyone who's wondering what I just said lovely at, there was a lovely art placed into the
oh, the Discord. I
Discord
saw
at
the
this
one
exact
come up. I
moment.
haven't looked at
Oh,
it
no,
yet.
we sit.
please give all of your shout outs and thank yous to the wonderful Thunderscape 7. Yes.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Oh, I love this group. And I love all the people in it and all the people in the Discord. And what a group of talent. This is what happens when talented, creative people come together. Please, Thunderscape 7, please. I'm going to print that. And next week, it's going to be fan art in the intro next week because that is stunning. I love it. So
we have at least, we have a few pieces of
we got a
fan art
couple
at this
pieces.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, I want to do the thank yous and get done because we tend to chat at the end, and nobody wants to listen to us chat. They want to hear us play. We're done playing, so let's stop chatting. Thank you so much to the Scarred Adventurer and Sarah for coming to play with us, and Solar Dasher and Bison. Thank you all so much. Come to our Discord if you want to talk to these amazing people. If you want to play with these amazing people, you can do that too. We've got new games starting every 10 to 12 weeks, so if there's nothing available right now, there will be shortly. Thank you so much for joining us, chat. I see 14 people in there. That's amazing. Anytime we're into double digits, I'm ecstatic. So thank you all for showing up and watching. I appreciate it more than you can possibly imagine. That and these amazing people and these amazing ideas is how I get paid. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the interaction. You guys had some great jokes tonight, some great suggestions. I steal stuff from you guys all the time.
Well, thank
And,
you.
100 cheers. Yay! Thank you for that. And with that, one more thank you to all the future people watching on YouTube. If you watched all the way to here, please hit the like button because I'm going to assume you did. So hit that button and hit subscribe if you want to see it the next time I remember to post one. And with that, as always, until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.